Hello bookish friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading. And for today's video, I apparently have no voice to film. I always forget to do this. Let me turn my fan off because even though it's super hot in Vegas, I know the fan is always loud during my videos and I'm so sorry for that. For today's video, I am here to do a book tag. That is right, I am here to do a book tag. I haven't done one in quite a while. The last book tag I actually did was the mid-year book freakout tag, so I'll leave that up above or down below in the description. This tag is called the Summer Loving Book Tag, and it was created by Heather over at Bookables, who's one of my favorite booktubers to watch, so I'll leave Heather's channel down below. I'll also leave these list of questions listed down below as well, and anybody who wants to do this, you have officially been tagged. So there's 10 questions here, so I already have my books picked out. They're behind me. So without further ado, let's jump into the questions. Question 1 is sand in your toes. Hey, read or pick a book that's perfect to read on the beach. For me, I really love reading contemporary books, but the one that I read on the beach recently, as of like the year I read this, was What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. I feel like I have not mentioned either of these authors on my channel in a while, so I thought, why not throw it back to some of my favorite contemporary authors? So I'm excited to say I'm hoping to reread this duology next year, maybe even this year, because I feel like this is perfect fall time read. And I did spray paint these edges myself, so very cool. I can't wait to read more from Becky Albertalli. I know she has more coming in the works, and I actually have 2 books of hers that I haven't read yet, so hopefully this video will motivate me to read more of her books. And it's summertime right now. Hello, I should be reading more. Next question is summer thunderstorms. Read a book that truly spooked you. A book that really spooked me recently. I'll talk about this in my July wrap up, but a book that really spooked me recently is Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. This is Riley Sager's newest adult thriller, and honestly, the way Riley writes his thrillers, I'm always spooked out no matter what subject genre it is or what setting they're at. But anything with a haunted house and living on your own definitely creeps me out. I'm very curious to see what he will do in his next novel as well. This is written by male point of view as well, so that was kind of a cool switch up that we had from the characters. Normally we'll have a female's perspective of his stories, but he decided to switch it up, and I really enjoyed this, and I'll talk more about this in my July wrap up, which I'm filming either this weekend or next weekend as I'm filming this one. So yeah, this one definitely gave me the spooks and the thrills and chills as well. The next one I have is, sorry, my phone keeps shutting off, is Heating Up, a book that was seriously steamy. I don't think I've read a lot of steamy books to say what is steamy, although I do read a lot of contemporaries. They're mostly YA contemporaries, and there's not a whole lot of novels that I know at the top of my head, but I know one that I read this year that was definitely steamy was The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I really love this one. You'll hear me talk about this one later on in the video, but this was the only one I can think of. I know Funny Story was also very steamy. I read that last month and that had some steamy scenes in it, so I'm curious to see which of these will get loved by you guys more. But as of right now, this is the only one I can think of off the top of my head, and I have the book closest to me right now. So yeah, I think this one is definitely perfect for steamy time, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying in this video. Who am I? I guess this is what sick brain is all about, huh? Question 3 is Heating Up, a book, or sorry, we already did that one. Question 4 is Rained Out, a book that you were anticipating but that let you down. A book that I was anticipating but let me down was sadly Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gilligan. This is the sequel and finale to the Shepherd King duology. I love book one. The magic system and the main character with a voice inside her head was super creepy. That was like my favorite aspect, I guess. I don't know why. But the magic system of playing with the cards involved was super cool. I gave book one 5 stars, and then I gave this one 3 stars. So I am definitely really disappointed with this one. Another one that I can say that I was disappointed by, I don't own it, so future me will have to put a cover in, but that is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I give this one 3.5 out of 5 stars, and it was good for what it was until afterwards I chit-chatted with one of my friends that I buddy read this with, and me and her, we kept comparing it to The Hunger Games after we both read the book, because we were buddy reading with each other at the time, and I cannot help but keep comparing to The Hunger Games, and I'm like, oh, what if book 2 and 3 are going to be exactly like Catching Fire and Mockingjay? So I'm curious to see how the rest of the trilogy go for the Powerless series, but I'm excited to continue on as well. Question 5 is Vacation Mode, which I need, is a book that features a vacation. I actually had troubles remembering what books I read this year that had vacation in it, even though there's been a couple. Speaking of Emily Henry, I know Happy Place by Emily Henry had a lot of vacationing happening, especially because this is set at a beach house, lake, in a beach house in Maine. So that was amazing, and I know Maine is definitely like the spot for summertime. So yeah, this definitely had a vacation in it, and again, I love Emily Henry's writing, and if you guys haven't read her yet, you guys definitely should. Another question we got was Amusement Park, a book that felt like a roller coaster. So a book that gave you like all the feelings and the emotions, and so I could say Beast of War by Ayana Gray recently made me feel all the emotions and the craziness in this one, because this is a finale of a trilogy, and this did wrap up so nicely, but it also hurt my heart at the same time. I talked about this in my June wrap up, so I'll leave that video up above or down below, but I really enjoyed this one. This was a 5-star read for me, and it was just a nice way to wrap up the trilogy, but my emotions at the end of this one was very high, and I'm curious to see what you guys will think of this finale. If you guys haven't read it yet, I don't know if you guys have, but I'm so happy to say I love this series, and this is one series I will definitely recommend forever and forever. Another one that gave me all the emotion, especially because this is a new to me author and a new favorite read of mine, and that was Blood Debts by Terry J. Benton Walker. Again, another book I read in June and another book I read for Camp Season-a-thon, and this one was a first book by the author for me, and I don't know if he has other books out. I know he has book 2 of the series out, but I don't know like other books other than this series. But I really enjoyed this one. This was such a fun, fast pace of a first book series. I think there's going to be 5 books in the series, so waiting for each installment is going to be a little insane, but yeah, all my emotions are high in this one as well, and I hope you guys check this one out because it's very underrated. And then we have Ice Cream, a book that was deliciously sweet. Honestly, any of my contemporary books I read this year, all of them have been super sweet. The one that I can think of off the top of my head, let me pull up my Goodreads because my Goodreads would be faster. I don't know if I have anyone that was super... Oh yeah, most recent read. My most recent read that was super sweet was The Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shield. This was a book I just read in the month of July. You'll see this in my July wrap-up, which again, I'll film this weekend or next. But overall, I love this. It was so sweet. I loved the writing in here. It was made me hungry a lot of the times because of the setting. And it also made me hate bees even more. So you'll hear me talk about this in my July wrap-up. Next question we have, ooh, book is falling. Next question we have is Sunrise and Sunset, a book that has sunrise/sunset colors on the cover or similar colors to it. So the main one that I think everybody is going to pick is just for the summer, because either this is a sunset or a sunrise. I don't know. Somebody can tell me down in the comments below. I haven't read this one yet. I still need to read Part of Your World. That one also has a sunset or a sunrise. Again, I never know. But this is a stunning cover. One of my books I was anticipating this year and I haven't got to it yet. But I know everybody is picking this one for this question. And then another one that I saw with sunset or sunrise cover or colors on the cover is With a Little Luck by Marissa Meyer. I read this one recently and thought it was a super cute cover, especially with the sunset. I think this one's a sunset because the sun is going behind the clouds. So yeah, very cute cover. Read this recently. You'll see this in my July wrap-up as well. And then the last question we have is Long Day, the longest book you read this year. So the longest book as of right now that I've read so far this year was A Cruel and Fated Light by Ashley Shuttleworth. I read this one earlier this year back in March, and I actually didn't realize that this is my biggest book of the year so far, so congrats to that. Very stoked to continue on with the series as well, and I'm also very nervous because book 4 of the series comes out in November, and so once book 4 is out, that means this 4-book series is over. I'm so sad to say goodbye to this world because I just started it last year. But yeah, this is coming in at 630 pages and I read all of this. So I'm really shocked and happy that I read this and I finally got it off my TBR because this has been sitting on my TBR for a while. I know I have other books that are bigger than this. I think Wrath by John Gwen is like 800 pages, so if I read that this fall, maybe that will be my biggest book. I'm looking at Destroy the Day, and I'm seeing that is a chunky book as well, so maybe one of those two books will beat it. But as of right now, at the point of me filming this video, A Cruel and Fated Light is my longest book that I've read. So there you have it. Those are all the questions for the book tag. Those are all my answers. Have you read any of these books that I've talked about? Let me know what you guys thought of this tag, and if you wanted to be tagged, you are officially tagged, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, turn your notification on so you don't miss any new videos coming from me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'll talk to you guys down in the comments below. If you made it all the way through the video, leave a sunshine emoji down below, and I'll talk to you guys down in the comments below. Bye!